happens when AI eats itself. Generative AI needs to be trained on a ton of data, and a lot of times developers get that data from the internet. The problem is, you may have noticed, the internet is currently filling up with AI-generated text, and music, and images, and videos. When AI trains on AI-generated data, it can introduce errors that build up with each iteration. In a recent study, researchers started with a language model trained on human-produced content, and then they fed it AI-generated text over and over again. By the 10th iteration of this, when they asked it a question about English historical architecture, it spewed out nonsense about jackrabbits. This phenomenon is called model collapse. This study used a pretty small model, but researchers think that even large models like GPT-4 or Stable Diffusion could suffer from collapse when trained on just a small amount of AI-generated data. AI models struggle the most with data that's less common, and when models collapse, they're more likely to lose this rare data that's further from the norm. So researchers fear that this could make the problem of AI bias against marginalized groups even worse. One way to avoid model collapse could be to use only human-curated data sets, but in a world increasingly flooded with generated content, AI could end up being the snake that swallows its own tail.